So I said, well, give me a hug. She comes over and she gives me a hug, and what was really weird is it really felt, the memory came back. It wasn't like, oh, I fell in love or anything, but the memory came back that she had the shape when I was holding her and things like that. And I said, okay, well, there's a dream test that's gone, because I know that you, in real life, you wouldn't give me a hug. And she said, yep. And I said, okay, well, how about you give me a kiss? She gave me a kiss, and it was just like what I remembered it was back then. And keep in mind, this is probably 8 years ago. 9 years ago. It's quite a while ago. And that lasted for about 10 seconds. And then I said, well, this dream obviously doesn't have very many limits. And I can pretty much do whatever I want in this dream. And no matter what, it's just a dream. And it was at that point that I'm not going to go into any details, but I told her, I said, let's do what we used to do for those few short weeks. To make a long story short, in that particular avenue, is it was pretty real to me, and everything, trust me. And the entire time that was going on, I kept thinking to myself, when am I going to wake up? When am I going to wake up? Because I knew, or I thought to myself, anytime something good was happening or whatever, it seemed like I was always woke up by something abrupt. But I never did wake up. And so after that was done, I said to her, it's a shame that we had to part on such bad terms, because, I always thought you were a good person. And I said, it was almost like I was having closure to that quick relationship. I said, it wasn't my fault. And I explained to her why it wasn't my fault. And she said, since I'm a dream, I guess the real me will never ever know that. And I said, well, I could possibly give you a call or look you up on Facebook or something like that. And she said, don't get your hopes up, because everything that just happened with you and me in this dream will never even come close to happening in real life. And I said, I don't want that. I just want to keep in touch. And she said, this was weird. It was almost like she was... It was almost like I was being... like she was a psychiatrist or something. I was going through some therapy or some Sigmund Freud thing or whatever. And she said to me, the only reason that you're dreaming me right now is because a part of you misses what you had with me, and you are basically taking advantage of that. Since it's safe and inside your dream, you can do whatever you want with me, and obviously we've done everything in this dream so far, and to you it's just a dream. To me it's nothing, simply because I'm a dream. And she said, it's just best if you just forget about me. And I said to her, well, I think about you once in a while, but it's not like I miss you or anything else like that. Just once in a while I think about the few short weeks that we were together and how great it was. And she said, yep, and just always keep it like that, because that's all it's ever going to be. And then she said to me, you want to go for another session, or do you want to just turn around and start walking and find something else to do in your dream? And I said, as much as I want to stay here and be with you because you're so good, I'm going to continue to explore this dream, because that's what I want to do. So I gave her a hug, and I said, if I ever dream you up again, hopefully we'll be able to do this again. She said, well, she said, if you dream about me again, it may not be the same way. And I said, you're probably right. Very seldom do I have a lucid dream, so I'm going to take advantage of it. And I just turned around and I started to walk away, and I remember having that feeling of, I thought to myself, wow, I can't believe I just did that. And it lasted a while, and it was all in a dream, and I was able to control every move, and I was able to think about every feeling, and I was able to take advantage of everything. And I just kept on walking. And as I started to walk, I said to myself, I think I've had enough of this dream for now, because I think I'm going to lose it. I had a feeling like I was going to wake up any second. So the old mall that used to be, there was a mall down the area for me, and it used to literally have trees in it. They have trees set up inside this mall, and there was a bench next to this tree, and I said, this would be a good spot to wake up. And I sat down at this bench, and I just kind of reached around and I touched the tree, and it felt real. And I said, okay, it's time for me to wake up. And I looked around the mall, and I woke up. And I just laid there for like 5 minutes, and all I could think about was this dream. All I could think about was what just happened. That's the only thing that I get, all these feelings and emotions. And I had a great feeling of accomplishment, because my first lucid dream that I had was about my grandma, and it probably lasted, the lucidity of part of it probably lasted about a minute, and then I woke up. The second lucid dream that I had was very, very partial, and it was just a feeling that I was dreaming, and I didn't have any active role in the dream. And this dream here was just incredible, and it wasn't just because of the encounter that I had with that old fling. It was the fact that I was so aware and so able to control the dream, and that the people that were in the dream, and I was telling them that they weren't real, they were visibly upset that they weren't real. And the fact that I could carry on a conversation and a complete encounter with somebody, and them acknowledge the fact that they were a part of this dream and nothing more, and them actually giving me advice inside my dream. It was amazing. I know some of you are going to laugh because you're like, oh, of course it's amazing because you're dreaming about somebody. That wasn't why. It was the fact that I was able to do anything that I wanted to in the dream, and I knew it, and everyone around me in that dream knew it, and I had a choice of when I wanted to wake up. I mean, until you've experienced a lucid dream, it's just amazing. I'm still thinking about it because I just woke up just about an hour ago. I'm still thinking about it, and just how amazing it was. Just the control and it wasn't, it's hard to explain. It wasn't that I had this vague feeling that I was dreaming. I was fully conscious and aware that I was laying in bed and that I was dreaming. It is hard to explain. I just knew 100%. And I had my own thoughts. I had my own feelings. And everything around me was just at my disposal. That was really cool. it was a feeling of power. It was a feeling of just amazement, and I'm really hoping that that's going to take me somewhere else. I'm really hoping that I'm going to be able to have another one here pretty soon, because I that feeling is just incredible. Until you've had one, a lucid dream, you just don't know. So I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to take my next lucid dream, but one thing's for sure is that I'm really going to enjoy it, or find a way to make it more sporadic and more living my dreams, I guess. Doing stuff that you can't do in real life, things like that. Maybe even get inspired or something. Maybe create my own ideas for something. I don't know. Just, I'm gonna see exactly where it takes me. But wow, what a great dream. And a really weird dream.